within their sense of materialism.
그러니까 은혜를 받아도 이걸 안 내놔요.
And that's why even though they receive grace, they do not offer. They do not give offering.
조금 은혜 받아도 이거 안 나온다니까.
If they just receive a little grace, they're not going to give offering.
그러니 묶음이 얼마나 큰 겁니까?
So their state of bondage is very great.
그거 머리 쓰면 소용없습니다. 아마 내가 당하지.
And so if I tried to figure out using my own head trying to get them to give offering, I would probably lose that battle.
사람들이 막 내게끔 동기 암만 해봤자 안 먹더란다.
No matter how much I try and convince them, persuade them, try and help them understand why they should give offering, they're not going to give it.
그들이 그럴 수밖에 없는 보이지 않는 배경의 묶임을 보니까 그럴 수밖에 없다.
And when I saw the background of why they were so bound to materialism, I understood why they were that way.
이게 복음이 아니면 저게 되겠냐?
And without the gospel, there's no way to unravel that state of bondage.
그래서 그 부분을 절대 건드리지 않았어요.
And that's why I never even addressed it.
왜? 묶임이 큰 만큼 그 부분을 건드리면 사람들이 시험받아요.
Because as much as we try and address the things that people are bound to, they react very negatively.
복음의 실제를 깨달아 계속 이런 메시지를 증거합니다.
So all I did was continuously proclaim these messages so that they could realize the spiritual reality.
그러니까 묶임이 풀리가 아닙니다.
And so they began to be freed from their
복음의
bondage.
실제가 깨달아지는 만큼 여러분 거기서 자꾸만 빠져나갈 거 아닙니까?
As much as we realize the spiritual reality, we're going to be set free and liberated from the things that bound us.
아니 목회하는 것도 아닌데 어떻게 중국 성경장 속에서 그런 헌금이 나올 수 있어요?
How is it possible? I'm not a pastor there, and yet I can't even tell you how much offering pours in.
목회가 아니에요. 중국은 외국 선교사가 와서 목회를 할 수 없게 이미 법을 묶어놨고요. 못하도록 하는 나라입니다.
China is a nation where you cannot do a pastoral ministry because of the way things are in China.
다니면서 복음만 전거하면 어떻게 그런 일을 하냐니까.
All I do is travel around place to place and I just preach the gospel and these things are happening.
지금 중국에 들어가 있는 수많은 나라에서 온 선교사들이 돈을 싸질먹어 지고 가서 해도 안 되는데 이게.
There are so many missionaries from countries from all over the world. They bring their money to do missions in China and they don't even make it.
신기하고 놀랐지요. 거기서 1억 2천을 한국에 헌금했어요.
But amazingly, one person in China, they gave over $1 million in offering for Korea.
미국 사람 10만 원 조금 넘는 거야. 생명 있는 저는 시험인 것 같아요.
So we need to begin to have this devotion of faith, devotion of life.
여러분이 조금 은혜를 받으면 여러분이 하는 게 아니라 하나님께서 새 일을 행하시기 때문에 이전 일들이 이런 것들이 다 흐트러지고 무너집니다.
When you receive grace, it's no longer you who's doing these things. God is doing something new, and in order for the new thing to happen, the things of the past must crumble.
기도, 전도, 헌신.
Prayer, evangelism, and devotion.
헌신도요. 진짜 믿음으로 하지 않은 헌신은 다 한 만큼 자기 의가만.
Even with devotion, if it's done without faith, as much as you do it, you are building your own self-righteousness.
이것도 모르고 자꾸만 헌신하게끔 자꾸만 강요하고 그렇게 머리 인본주의 그러면은요. 나중에 목회자 그걸 당하는 겁니다.
And if you do not know this, and you continuously encourage and drive your church members to do this, then the pastor is going to ultimately get a dose of his own medicine.
내가 한 것은 전부 다 의가 따라간다니까.
Because anything that I do on my own, I am building my own righteousness.
그 묶임 때문에 결국 이것이 목회자 관계 속에서 목회자한테 그 의를 나타내게 됩니다.
And because of that state of bondage, in my relationship with my pastor, I'm going to be bringing my truckload of self-righteousness to him.
내가 한 것을 교회에 헌신하면 교회 속에서 자신의 의를 나타냅니다.
If I devoted myself and built my self-righteousness in the church, I'm going to reveal my righteousness to the church.
교회에 봉사하는 사람들 있습니다.
It's the same with people who serve in the church.
내가 하는 것은 전부 다 자기가 있기 때문에 이게 교회든 목회든 전부 다 자기 의를 나타냅니다.
Because if I'm the one doing it, whether it's ministry or service or devotion, because you're the one doing it, you are trying to display your own righteousness.
그러면 상처받아요.
And then you will get hurt because of it.
시험 들게 돼 있어요.
And you will fall into trial
이런 일이
because of it.
계속 반복되는 거예요.
And these things will happen over and over again.
그럼 헌신할수록 그 사람은 어느 날 시험도 당합니다.
Then the more devoted you are, one day if the wound is big enough, you're going to leave the church.
지금 교회들 잘 보세요.
Look at churches today.
왜 사람들이 교회 상처받나요?
Why do people get hurt by the church?
같이 물려있는 부분들이 많습니다. 한쪽만이 아닙니다.
It's because both are bound to each other. There's no person who's bound by themselves in the
이전
church.
일 속에서 행하는 것들 속에서는 이건 답이 없습니다.
As much as we do these things on our own, there's no answer within ourselves.
이 교회는 참 복있습니다.
But this church is so blessed.
아멘. 제가 우리 와타나베 목사님을 만나서 이번에 함께하면서 보니까 참 순수하시고 그러면서도 진실하시고 참 하나님 사랑하시고 너무나 좋아요.
I've spent some time with Pastor Lloyd, and I've seen in him that he's so pure and he's sincere and he has this love of God.
참 그 그릇에 이제 복음의 십자만 담아간다면 하와이에서 이게 어떤 일이 하겠나?
So if now that is his vessel, if the reality of the gospel were to be contained in that vessel, I can't imagine what kinds of things are going to start happening in Hawaii.
복음의 실제 아니면요 이런 것들 속에서 사랑하는 게 전부 다 이제 묶여있기 때문에 고생 많이 하십니다.
But as much as this has been done without the reality of the gospel, everyone is bound and everyone is interconnectedly bound to each other, and so people are going to get hurt, especially with the pastor.
이런 묶임 속에서 내가 할 수 있는 복음의 실제만 모른다면 받는 기준에 자기를 잘 맞춰서 말도 행동도 딱 해요.
So as much as we have done this and we're bound to this and we know and we want people to live according to this, then the words that I say, the attitude that I take, we have to adjust that for all the people that we meet so that we don't offend them.
당연한 것이니까 하겠지.
And that seems so normal that we do it.
노력하면 사는 만큼 또 그렇게 길들여진 것 속에서도 그렇게 사라질 수도 있겠죠.
And as much as we try and as much as we're used to this way of living, we're just going to do that and we're just going to match everybody's standards as if it was our second nature.
그게 묶임이거든.
But that is bondage.
그것이 이런 것들 속에서 결국 한계가 올 수밖에 없어. 어떤 한계를 딱 만나게 되면 힘 쫙 빠져.
And when you run into a limitation that will come from having done things this way, then when you run into that limitation, you're going to lose all your strength.
이런 것들 속에 잘한 것은요. 과거에 아무리 잘했어도 지금 한 번 잘못하면 그게 다 문제돼.
You know why? Because if you did things well this way without the gospel, no matter how well you did it in the past, if you do something not as well once, you lose all your energy.
이걸 모르면 사실은 목회자들 도의 생활하는 겁니다.
And if we don't know this, even pastors are living a life of slavery.
겉으로만 말끄러하게 보니 사실은요 제일 고생합니다.
They look normal on the outside, but they're the ones that are suffering the most on the inside.
왜? 성도들이야 집에 들어가면 식구들밖에 못 있는 거예요.
Why? Because when church members, when they go home, they have their families.
근데 목사님은 식구가 얼마나 많습니까?
But the pastor has so many families.
그거 다 감당하려니까 어떻게 얼마나 힘들겠어요.
So imagine how difficult it is for him to manage all those families.
그래서 제가 볼 때는